Hello people, welcome to one more video here in the channels Tapa Olho Azul and Super Acadêmico. And today I'm going to continue with the series of videos with pitches of stories for movies or series based upon my own stories, my own books. This one is called Arpeggio, that is in this book that collects all my early works, the works that I wrote in my 20s, Arpeggio. So before I begin, don't forget to subscribe the channel and ring the bell for notifications and keep following these speeches. If you know anyone that can reach and produce or develop these projects, please, you're welcome to share this link to this video to this kind of people, so I can have my stories produced and we have the opportunity to see all these stories comes to life. So arpeggio is a word from the music sound theory that means a repeated sound that composes, that mounts, that it goes on and on in the part of the music, like a bum 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 bum, like something like this. Since I like music very much, so I developed a story with this name, but of course this story is not about music, it's about crime, murder, mystery. So imagine a dawn in the tropical city of Salvador, the city where I live. As the sun comes up, a terrible crime is revealed. A slaughtered body laid under the statue of the Christ, a tourist point in the city just offshore. Imagine that. A beautiful girl is jogging just by the spot and finds the body. Her name is Carol, an advertisement student that had her brother, a police officer, killed in the line of duty. So just the situation. When the police arrives, who is in charge of this case, of this investigation, is the detective Luciano, former partner of Carol's dead brother. So it's a coincidence, a tragic fail. You have a birth girl who had a deceased brother who was a cop, a policeman, and his former partner is now a detective that he will investigate this terrible crime that you don't know yet who body is this, who body this is, whose body this is. Sorry, my English. I'm Brazilian. I'm not an English speaking person. This reunion of Carol and Luciano drives the attraction between them, between the two, but during the tragic circumstance of the investigation. So you have a relationship between a man and a woman that will begin in this circumstance of the crime investigation. Later on, it's discovered that the body Carol found was a girl named Elena, and she was a college colleague of Carol. Another tragic coincidence which adds more emotion to the plot. Getting so close, the police get suspicious of another class student, Fernando. He had shown to be falling in love for Elena before and for Carol in different times, and in both cases he was not responded. So it was just a boy, a young man that had fallen in love for Elena, the victim, and also for Carol afterwards, but he was not corresponded in both cases. Being a sad and weird boy, everybody starts to get suspicious of him, including the invasive and gossip girl Frida. So you have in a college situation four students, right? Carol, Elena, Frida, and Fernando. In a turning point, Frida provokes Fernando during a party, and he vanishes. He vanishes from the party. In the same party, in a tourist place in Salvador, Carol and Luciano are together, and Frida meets them. So Frida meets them, the couple Carol and Luciano, in the same party. Later, Carol and Luciano make love in a motel, and Frida get attacked, assaulted in the street. She's not killed, but gets her face nearly destroyed. So she is completely violated, not sexually, but in a way that her face gets really messed up. Fernando is the main suspect, of course, because everybody saw what she did to him in the party. But somehow Carol begins to get close to him, since now he is appealing to her as a dangerous guy. So, strangely, in the same way that she is attracted to Luciano, the policeman, the former friend and partner of her brother, she begins to feel attracted to Fernando, because he is now at the spot. He got the attention of the people because he's a suspect of a crime. It seems strange, but she follows that path for some time. Luciano, of course, gets jealous and gets then almost naked during a stakeout. So there's a stakeout to get Fernando, and in this stakeout, Luciano gets them almost together, almost in the act of having intercourse. Then we have Luciano reporting the incident afterwards, saying that Fernando raped and killed Carol, and then he got and killed Fernando in a reaction for his outburst of rage with a knife over him. So he claimed that he saw Fernando raped and killed Carol, and when he confronted him, he was attacked, so in self-defense he killed Fernando. Later, after a visit from a sad Elena's brother, his name is Carlos, in his apartment, Luciano's apartment, thanking Elena's brother, thanked Luciano for getting his sister murdered, and his sister's murderer. Luciano reveals to himself, that's important, like a strange psycho voice in his head, that it was him all the time. So this is the turning point. This is the big reveal. That's the murderer actually was the policeman. The hero of the story all the time is the murderer. Like a music arpeggio, a sound that repeats itself, he kills and harms the ones that comes against him. He started dating Elena, she dumped him, and he raped and killed her viciously. As we see in the beginning, her body was completely destroyed. One could not identify even if it was a man or woman. What happened? No face, no hands, no guts, no nothing, just that the splash. Then he felt threatened by Frida and assaulted her violently. So, in this case, in this story, it shows that in the same night that he and Luciano and Carol had intercourse in a motel, later he followed and attacked Frida. But of course, for the story, it seems that it was Fernando. He lost Carol's love to Fernando and killed him and blamed him for everything. And finally, he loved and lost Carol, and then he raped and killed her so he could blame Fernando. Now the arpeggio is silent. Yeah, the arpeggio has silenced. Luciano will have to carry that lie to himself forever. Forever? Let's see if there's a possibility of a sequel of that. We'll see that lie will be able to carry forever or not. So this was the pitch of the story Arpeggio. So I hope you liked the story. Of course, there is a spoiler here if you intend to read. The reading is in Portuguese, but it's easily translated. But the intention here, of course, is to reach out for the people that can eventually produce a movie or a series about this story. So that was it for today. I hope you enjoy, like the video and subscribe the channel and share so everyone can know these stories and maybe produce them someday. Bye bye.